Alright, so let's break it down. We're going to dive into the world of Pi Network, a project that's captured the attention of millions. It's a unique approach to cryptocurrency, and it's important to understand what it is, how it works, and what its potential and limitations might be. Pi Network is a digital currency project. Think of it as a new form of digital money, aiming to be more accessible and user-friendly than some of the more established cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Ethereum. That started back in 2019. That's when the initial concept was developed and the first steps were taken to bring Pi Network to life. It was a time of great excitement and innovation in the crypto space, and Pi Network aimed to carve out its own niche. The main idea was to let anyone mine Pi coins using just their phone. This was a game changer because it lowered the barrier to entry significantly. No need for those expensive computers like with Bitcoin. Bitcoin mining requires specialized hardware and consumes a lot of energy. Pi Network wanted to be different, more eco-friendly, and more accessible to the average person. You just had to tap a button once a day and that's it. This simple action would contribute to the mining process and earn you Pi coins. It was designed to be incredibly easy and convenient. This made it super easy for millions of people around the world to get involved. The ease of use and the potential for future value created a global community of Pi Network enthusiasts. The project was actually started by a group of Stanford graduates, bright minds with a passion for technology and a vision for a more inclusive financial system. And their goal was to make crypto simple and accessible for everyone. They believed that everyone should have the opportunity to participate in the digital economy, regardless of their technical expertise or financial resources. Over time, Pi Network grew a huge following, attracting people from all walks of life who were curious about cryptocurrency and eager to be part of something new. And today, it claims to have tens of millions of users. This massive user base is a testament to the project's appeal and its potential for future growth. But here's the catch. And it's a pretty significant one. Pi coins aren't traded on major exchanges yet, meaning you can't just go to a platform like Coinbase or Binance and buy or sell Pi. So you can't easily sell them for cash. This is a crucial point to understand. The value of Pi is currently limited to its internal ecosystem. The project is still in what they call its enclosed mainnet phase, a period of development and testing before a full launch. Which means people can earn and use Pi, accumulating Pi coins through the app. But only inside the Pi app ecosystem. You can use Pi to purchase goods and services from other users within the Pi Network app. People are really excited because they hope Pi will someday become valuable once it's listed on exchanges and can be traded freely. And if that happens, early users could actually make a lot of money. The potential for significant returns is a major driver of interest in Pi Network. That's why so many folks are watching Pi's price and future events so closely, eager to see if it will live up to its promise and transform into a valuable and widely used cryptocurrency. So, a lot of people have dedicated a significant amount of time and effort, often spanning several years, to mining Pi on their phones. They've been tapping that button daily, contributing to the network, and patiently accumulating their Pi holdings. And naturally, after all that commitment and anticipation, they're deeply invested in knowing whether all that effort is going to pay off in the long run. The question of profitability is constantly on their minds. The big question that everyone's asking, the one that dominates discussions in online forums, is really about the price of Pi. What will it be worth when it finally hits the open market? If the price goes up significantly, even to a modest level, these early users, the pioneers of the Pi network, could potentially see substantial returns and even get rich. It's the dream scenario for many. But if it goes down, if the value plummets or remains negligible, well, all their dedicated work, all those daily taps and contributions, might end up being for nothing, a disappointing outcome after years of anticipation. As of now, and this is a crucial point to understand, there's actually no official established Pi price on any major cryptocurrency exchange. You might see some smaller, less reputable exchanges offering these IOU tokens, essentially promises to deliver Pi once it's officially launched. But it's vital to remember that those aren't real Pi coins. They're speculative instruments, and trading them carries significant risk. The real price, the one that truly matters, will only be accurately known and reflect genuine market demand when Pi finally launches and becomes tradable on major established public exchanges. That's precisely why every event, especially significant ones like token unlocks or announcements about exchange listings, gets so much attention and generates intense speculation within the Pi community. People care so deeply because they see Pi as a potentially groundbreaking opportunity to get in early on a cryptocurrency project, just like with Bitcoin in its nascent stages or Ethereum in the past, when it was still relatively unknown and accessible to the average person. These early adopters of Bitcoin and Ethereum reaped substantial rewards, and their success stories fuel the hope that Pi could offer a similar path to financial gain. Pi Network is, in essence, aspiring and hoping to follow that same trajectory to replicate the success and widespread adoption seen by its predecessors in the crypto space. But honestly, and it's important to be realistic, there are a lot of inherent risks and uncertainties associated with any new cryptocurrency project, and Pi is no exception. Many users are also understandably worried about the potential for a massive sell-off. If a significant portion of the Pi community decides to cash out their holdings simultaneously, the price could experience a dramatic and devastating crash, wiping out much of its value. On the flip side, if there's unexpectedly strong demand for Pi from new investors and the broader market, the price could actually defy expectations and go up significantly. This inherent uncertainty, this delicate balance between potential reward and substantial risk, is precisely what makes Pi's future so incredibly interesting to watch, and yeah, undeniably pretty risky too. Let's dive into what's currently unfolding in the Pi Network universe. There's a lot of buzz and anticipation in the air, and for good reason. We're going to break down the key events and what they might mean for you, whether you're a long-time PI enthusiast or just starting to explore the world of cryptocurrency. Mark your calendars. In July, Pi Network is planning a big token unlock event. This is a significant moment that has the potential to reshape the Pi ecosystem. The entire community is watching closely as the date approaches. That means a large number of Pi coins, previously held in reserve, will become available to users. This influx of tokens into the circulating supply could have various effects on the network and its perceived value. It's a complex process with many potential outcomes. For the first time, a lot of people will be able to move, use, and truly interact with their Pi holdings in ways that weren't possible before. This newfound freedom opens up a range of possibilities for Pi users around the globe, or maybe even sell their Pi on exchanges or through peer-to-peer transactions, depending on the regulations and availability in their region. The ability to trade Pi could attract new users and increase liquidity within the network. So, a token unlock is when coins that were previously locked or restricted, often to ensure stability or incentivize long-term participation, are finally released into the wider ecosystem. Think of it as opening the floodgates to a previously untapped reservoir of digital currency. Up until now, most Pi coins have been locked, essentially held in a digital vault. Users could see their balance displayed within the Pi Network app, giving them a glimpse of their potential holdings, but they couldn't actually use or trade their coins freely. They were essentially observing their digital assets without the ability to actively manage them. This July unlock is a huge milestone, representing a significant step forward in the development and maturity of the Pi network. It's expected to release billions of Pi tokens into circulation, a substantial amount that could significantly impact the network's dynamics. And it could be the first real test of Pi's value in the open market, allowing the community to collectively determine its worth through supply and demand. Many in the community have been waiting for this moment with bated breath, eager to see how the market responds and what opportunities arise, hoping it'll finally let them cash out a portion of their Pi holdings, converting their digital assets into traditional currency, or use their Pi coins for real-world goods and services, participating in a new digital economy powered by the Pi network. But there are definitely some fears about what could go wrong too, including potential market volatility and the impact on the overall value of Pi. It's a time of both excitement and uncertainty. Token unlocks are honestly a pretty big deal in the crypto world. When a project releases a lot of new coins, it increases the total supply out there. If demand doesn't grow at the same time, prices often fall. It's just basic economics. More supply with the same demand usually means lower prices. And in crypto, this effect can be even stronger. A lot of people try to sell as soon as they get their tokens, hoping to make a quick profit. For Pi Network, the July unlock could flood the market with coins. If most users decide to sell, there could be some heavy downward pressure on the price. Sometimes projects manage these unlocks carefully to avoid crashes. They might limit how many coins can be sold at once, but honestly it's not clear yet how Pi Network will handle this. That's why so many people are watching really closely. Pi 2 Day was a special event held on June 28th to celebrate the Pi community. The team promised big news and updates. Many hoped this would boost confidence and excitement around Pi Network. The event included online activities, announcements, and community rewards. There were also rumors that the team would announce an official launch date for open trading. Expectations were honestly pretty high. But when the day arrived, the news was underwhelming. There were no major updates about open mainnet or exchange listings. Many users felt let down. Some even called it a missed opportunity. Instead of boosting optimism, Pi 2-Day left many with more questions than answers. The price of Pi IOUs didn't rise. In fact, some people lost confidence in the project. This made the upcoming July unlock even more important. When a lot of tokens are unlocked at once, it can create panic. Many people rush to sell before the price drops. This selling pressure can cause a sharp fall in price. This is called a supply shock. Suddenly, there are way more coins on the market than buyers. If there aren't enough people who want to buy, prices can crash quickly. For Pi Network, this risk is very real. Millions of users have been waiting years to cash out. If they all try to sell at the same time, the price could fall hard. Some projects try to avoid this by locking tokens for longer, or releasing them slowly. It's not clear if Pi Network will do this. If not, the July unlock could be a tough moment for the price. Some people are optimistic about Pi's future. They believe the project will succeed and the price will rise. They point to Pi's huge user base and growing ecosystem. If many people use Pi for payments, shopping, or trading, demand could be strong. In the bullish case, Pi becomes a top digital currency. The price rises as more businesses accept Pi and more users join. Early miners could see big rewards. The project's vision of crypto for everyone comes true, but there's also a bearish case. Critics say Pi has been slow to launch and lacks real-world use. If the July unlock leads to mass selling and low demand, the price could crash. Some fear Pi could become just another failed crypto project. The truth is, no one knows for sure. Both outcomes are possible. It depends on how the team manages the unlock, and whether the community stays engaged. If you're new to crypto, Pi Network's story might sound exciting, but it's important to be careful. Crypto prices can be very volatile. They can go up fast, but also fall just as quickly. Don't invest money you can't afford to lose. It's smart to do your own research before making any decisions. Look at the project's history, team, and real-world use. Be patient. Sometimes, the best thing is to wait and see how events unfold. Don't rush to buy or sell based on hype or fear. Finally, remember that no one can predict the future. Stay informed, stay cautious, and never risk more than you're comfortable losing. Pi Network faces a big year ahead. The July token unlock is a major test. If the team manages it well and demand is strong, Pi could become a real player in crypto. Early users could see big gains, but there are big risks. If too many people sell at once, the price could crash. The project still needs to prove it has real value outside its app. Many are watching to see if businesses will accept Pi, and if the team can deliver on its promises. In summary, Pi Network offers both risks and rewards. The next few months will be crucial. For investors and users, it's a time to watch closely, stay smart, and be ready for anything.